Hey guys, it's Bree. So in today's video we're going to be going over my fall TBR, guys. Now, we all know this. Will I strictly read this TBR? Of course not. We still have other books and stuff that we will be picking for our TBRs later on in the month, stuff like that. But these are books that I kind of want to try to focus on because I have disclosed to myself recently that I think fall is my favorite season. I just love how cozy it is and stuff like that, because I'm not gonna lie, every other season the weather is not it for me, sis. I'm not gonna lie, even fall, I will say sometimes I hate fall weather, but I think it's like the perfect medium for what I need in life. But I also live in Texas, which it never is good weather when it comes to Texas, to be honest. But I disclose, we are just gonna go over all the books that I really want to get to this upcoming few months. Of course, we have fantasy in here. We have some cozy fantasies. We have some dark academia. We have some witchy books. We also have some mystery and some vampires, of course. So we all have all of this here. I am gonna go ahead after this as well, try to compile my October TBR, because I already have some books I really kind of want to read for the month of October. So we'll probably do that as well. But let's go ahead and jump right into this like always. Let's go ahead and start with the pile next to me that probably will be tipping over soon. So let's go ahead and jump right into these. So the first one is actually one of the newer books that I have gotten, and it's A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reid. I read A Study in Drowning. When did A Study in Drowning come out originally? I think A Study in Drowning came out in 23, 24. I really don't remember. But I read A Study in Drowning whenever it had came out. And I really did enjoy it. I thought the ending wasn't the best. But I did not know that it was going to be a duology. At least right now, I believe it's a duology. I did not know they were coming out with a second book. So whenever this was coming out, I was actually so stoked to get back into this, because I really, like I said, I enjoyed the first one. It just was not on my higher list because I didn't know that. I thought it was a standalone. So knowing that it's like a continuation, I'm actually very excited going into this. I also more than likely will read the audiobook of this as well, because I read the first one on audio. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. Hopefully, like I said, we can get to her soon, even though she is a newer addition to the TBR. We'll still read her no matter what. So we have that one to start us off. Then we have To Kill a Shadow by Catherine Quinn. This one I feel like just screams fantasy fall vibes. Like, it's kind of spooky. It kind of seems a little spooky in my opinion. I don't really remember exactly all what this book is about, but I do want to read her. So we have added her onto this list, and hopefully we can, especially because I've had To Kill a Shadow for a while too. I feel like we need to. Then we have Apprentice to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayer. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Hannah Nicole Mayer. I just finished Assistant to the Villain, guys, and I really did enjoy it. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead. More than likely, I probably will read this one soon, in the next month or so. But we go ahead, of course, and add her onto the TBR because I really did enjoy it. It was really a fun fantasy read, in my opinion, and I love the little comedical. I believe that's the word. I'm just saying it wrong. Moments in these books. I loved it so much, and I love Evie. Like, she's so funny to me. And I'm just so ready for the rest of this series, especially because I do have the third book now. Did I need the third book? Of course not. But I do have it, which is so good, because after this one, I probably am going to want to jump into that one. So we have Apprentice to the Villain as well. Next, we have The Summer Queen by Ursula Hazan. I will say, it's literally called The Summer Queen, but I feel like either way, I feel the fall time is going to be really good to read this book either way. If it's anything like the first book, like I said, I really loved the first book. I still have not read the second book, though, because I am trash and cannot stick to what I need to read. So this one I'm really hoping to get through, especially because I'm not gonna lie, I don't think the next book comes out till next year. I thought it was coming out this year, but I was wrong. It actually comes out, I think, next August. So we have to wait another year for her, but hopefully we can come into that one. Autumn Trader by Hannah Parker. This one also is one I really need to get to. It's been on my TBR. One of the ones I've had for the longest, if we're being completely honest. It's only because I will say I'm really holding off on this one because I have no idea. They have not announced the last book. This was one of the ones that the last book has not been announced to because it's supposed to be a trilogy. And I've just been holding off on it, which I need to stop because the last one ended off on a little cliffhanger. So I was like, ooh, what the heck? And then whenever I got this one in, I'm like, you know what? I need to read it, but I still have not read it. And it's literally called Autumn's Trader. So it needs to be read because it was supposed to be read last year and I did not read it last year. So call me trash. Then this one is also a newer addition to the TBR, but like I said, it gives off the fall vibes. It is Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett, something like that. This one, of course, like I said, I've been wanting it for a while because it just seems so whimsical. Like, it's literally called the Encyclopedia of Fairies. Fairies are whimsical. At least they're supposed to be, in my opinion. So I'm really excited for this one. I also, is this a duology or is this a trilogy? I don't know why I feel like I saw like a third book for this one, but I think I might be crazy. More than likely. I think it is a duology. I have no idea. But it looks, like I said, it looks cute. And this is the Barnes edition, so it has like the deckled edges. It is so cute. This is one of the ones I got for my birthday. My birthday was a month ago, and my brother barely bought me my books for my birthday. This was one of them. So yeah, I'm really excited for this one as well. Then we have Where the Dark Stands Still by A.B. Poniket. This one as well, see, of course, fantasy. I believe it is Polish folklore, I believe. And of course, you always need some folklore in the fall and stuff like that. So this one seems like it's gonna be high on my list. Then we have Lore of the Wild by Annalee. I'm gonna say Annalee. Sabrana. This one, I believe, the second book came out, I believe, last month or in June. So this one I'm really excited for it anyways, because on the back it says, an abandoned library with a deadly enchantment, a fey lord who will do anything to get it, a brave human woman, a collector of stories, willing to risk all for a taste of power and knowledge. I'm really intrigued by this one. And like I said, the second book came out not that long ago too, so really excited about this one. Because like I said, I love fantasy and I just haven't read it that much lately, so I do need to read any of those. Then we have Never a Hero by Vanessa Lynn. This is also one that needs to be read because it has been on multiple TBRs, and it's also one I've been kind of avoiding because the second book literally, no, the third book finally came out like almost a week ago because I think it came out Tuesday. It came out Tuesday, and here's the thing. I did not know I did not know the last book was already announced to come out. I have been stalking the release of the last book for this one. So I'm like, you know what? Girl, you need to read it because I loved the first book. I thought the first book was really good. So, of course, Never a Hero needs to be on here. Especially because, like I said, I love the concept of this book. It's like so funny. So, not funny. It's so good to me. Girl, I'm a mess. Then from there, also a newer addition to my collection is A Coffee Shop in an Alternate Universe by C.B. Lee. This one sounds really interesting to me. This is one of the like books that like they recommend you at Barnes and Noble for the month. That was Love last month, and it sounds really sweet. It has to do with a girl having to save the world or some crap like that, or being a chosen one, and she doesn't want to do it, and then somebody else. It's also sapphic, so we'll see how this goes. This is actually the one at Barnes that they were describing, and my mom was like, you know what, I kind of want to read that because my mom doesn't read, but she's like, that makes me want to read it. I said, you know what, mother, you can borrow if you want to, but this one is one I feel like is very cozy vibes, especially because it's literally about a coffee shop too. But I do not like coffee, so this should be fun. Then from there we have like some of like darker fantasies. No, not darker fantasies, but we have some interesting ones here. So then we have Your Blood, My Blood by Kelly Andrews. I'm not gonna lie, I have two Kelly Andrews books on my TBR, and I did put them both in the fall because they're very like dark academia kind of paranormal-esque, if you will. This one, I think it's about a blood curse on a farm. And that's all I know. But this one is one I've been wanting to read for a while. So, of course, we have it there. Then we have The Whispering Dark, of course, also by Kelly Andrew. This one, I believe she's deaf. And she's going to a prodigy program. I don't know much about it, but I think it sounds really good. So we have her there as well. And these both are OwlCrate editions, so we need to read those. Then from there we have a paranormal romance. So we have Wolf Song by TJ Kaloon. This has been one that I've been wanting to read for a while. And it's also, I think this is also on my top 15 to read for the year. I need to go through my top 15 to read for the year, guys, because I only read like 1/3 of that list, and we're already going towards the end of August into September. So I need to go over which ones I haven't read and try to pick up the pace a little bit. But this one is one I've been wanting to read for a while, and I've heard it is so good. It's also gay representation, I believe, as well. So I'm really excited about this one. And it also is a 4-book series, so we'll see going into that one. Then we have House of Salt and Sorrow by Erin A. Craig. This one also is like paranormal. I have no idea why. I'm not gonna lie. Low-key, I like paranormal fantasies and like paranormal like YAs. This one I've heard is good. It's a curse with sisters. And I know there's a second book to this one too, so hopefully, like I said, we can get to her. Then we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Of course, Phantasma. It's like is he a ghost or is he like a phantom? Something's happening. It's dark romance. Sounds good. We have her there. So that going on to the next pile. So the next pile will be some of my romances are in here. So let's go ahead and go through those. We have The Nightmare Before Christmas by Sarah Rashu. I have no idea how to say this. You could argue that this is a Christmas book. It's like arguing if The Night Before Christmas is a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie. I think it's both. But this one sounded so cute, and it was on my radar for a while. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead, pick her up, because I got her during the Barnes & Noble 50% off. Como se dice? Freaking romances. So I ended up getting this one, of course, as well, and I'm really excited about that one. Then we have Dating and Dragons by Kristen Boyce. I have no idea why. Every time I went to Barnes, this was in the YA section, and I always looked at it, and I was like, you know what? This seems like the cutest thing ever, because it's Dungeons and Dragons inspired, and this one seems so cute because she joins the D&D, I guess, like, club that they have, but there is a no, like, dating rule within it, and she ends up falling for one of the boys in there, and it sounds so cute. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and throw her in and figure out what she's about, because I think she's going to be a cute, fun, little cozy read. Then we have Kiss the Villain by Rena Kent. Here's the thing. I am reading the universe wrong, if we're being completely honest. But I'm not going to lie. A lot of people do start with the Legacy of God series, so I'm not the odd person out with this. But I started with Legacy of Gods, and then now I'm going into the Villain trilogy, or whatever you want to call it. So this is Kiss the Villain. So this is Garrett and Caden's book. After this, I kind of really, I need to read Beautiful Venom, because I also have Beautiful Venom on my TBR, but I really want to read the Monster Trilogy. Like, that's one of the book series out of the whole universe that I am very wanting to invest myself in, is the Monster Trilogy. And then from there, maybe I'll go in order. But you know what? We're just doing whatever the hell we want to do at this point, because the Rena Kent is interesting, is a lot to me. And it's funny because literally Legacy of Gods is 2nd gen, so you should read it last, but I'm not doing that, guys. So yeah, we have Kiss the Villain on here, and hopefully we can get to her soon, because I really kind of want to read the the Monster Trilogy. I really want to read it before Hunt the Villain comes out, which is their son's book. So yeah, I'm really excited about that one. Then, of course, we have to put Nightfall onto this fall TBR. More than likely, this is going to be my October TBR no matter what, because of course, Devil's Night, October. But October will mark a year of me starting the Devil's Night series, guys. And I have not finished it. So literally, I only need Nightfall and Fire Night to finish off the series. But like I said, I've been holding off because I'm trying to wait for one of my girls at work. I recommended her this series, and she's barely on she's on Kill Switch right now, and she has not read it. So I'm waiting for her. But if not, she has a month. She has a month to read it. If not, I'm reading this without her because I really, really want to get into ending this series. I'm so excited for Will's book too, so I need to read it. So because like I said, it's coming up on a year for me starting that series too, and it needs to be done. Next we have most of these are like my vampire inspired books. So we have A Tempest in Tea by, I never know how to say her name, Hafsar Fasal. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This one is, I believe it is, there are vampires in a blood den. That's all I need to know. That's all I will know. It sounds really good. And the second book, I believe, comes out soon, which it comes out at hardcover, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for that one. But this one is one I'm really excited for, and hopefully, like I said, we can get to her. We have her there. Then we have also one I was supposed to read last year and I didn't get to. My Vampire Plus One by Danielle Levine. Also, she's coming out with a new book, I believe, next month, because I don't think it comes out in October, but it's coming out soon, and I really want to get that one as well. But you know what? No, we'll refrain ourselves for now. But my Vampire Plus One, I'm not gonna. My Roommate's a Vampire was such a fun book to me. Like, it wasn't, of course, groundbreaking, but I love the comedic. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I like romantic comedies a little bit in books, and this one is always so funny to me. So, like I said, I was supposed to read this last year and I didn't. So I'm really, really excited for this one as well. Then we have Castle of the Cursed by Romina Garber. This one also, I believe, I'm trying to remember, is it a... Okay, so she goes to, I thought it was a university, but I'm lying. I'm thinking of some other book. But she goes to another relative's castle, and I think there's a vampire there. So we're really, really excited for this one. Then we have Court of the Vampire Queen by Katee Roberts. I'm wanting to get more into Katee Roberts books because, like I said, I really love the Dark Olympus series by Katee Roberts. This one is also a Why Choose romance, I believe. So there's two guys. Really excited for this one, of course. Especially because, like I said, I've loved Katee Roberts, Dark Olympus, and I also have another book by her as well. And this one, I believe, is a standalone. So I'm not going to be invested into a big series with that one. So we have that one there. Then we have Wisteria, guys. So this is getting into our little mysteries by Adeline Grace. This is the last book in the Belladonna trilogy before the novella comes out, because the novella comes out, I believe, I think it comes out before Christmas. It's called Holly, and it's going to be like a holiday novella, and I'm really excited about that one. But I need to get into this one. I will say this, and I'm going to declare it now. Belladonna might be one of my favorite series. We'll go ahead and say it. It might be one of my favorite series, just probably depending on how this one goes. But I love it so much. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the books take me a little bit to get to read, but when I read them, I get so engulfed in them. It's kind of how I felt like whenever I was reading Stalking Jack the Ripper by Karen Moscow, which is, of course, one of my favorite series of all time. That's kind of how I feel. And I think it's also, I don't know what it is about historical murder mysteries for me. I just love them, especially this one, because you got a little bit of that paranormal with death and fate in it. I just love it so much. So yeah, Wisteria, Belladonna might become one of my favorite series. We shall see going into the last book how it's going to go with that. Then we have, oh my gosh, I almost slung that book. We have Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. This one is just going to be probably a fun comedic read. They said it's a fresh romantic comedy. It involves, I think she thinks her neighbor, or like, I don't know if it's like her neighbor or like somebody, and like she thinks is a serial killer, And I think that's actually really, really funny. So I'm really excited to go into that one. Then we have another murder mystery. We have Manslaughter Park by Taza Price. This one is the third book in the Jane Austen murder mystery series. This was actually a book I softy enough because I left it at work and I never started it. But girl, I don't know where my bookmark went, so we probably are gonna have to restart her. But I love this series. They are cozy mysteries, and I'm really excited to get into her new duology that follows Lizzie and Mr. Darcy and everything like that. So like I said, these are Jane Austen retellings, and I just love them. They're so fun. So we have that one there. Then we have The Inheritance Game by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I feel like this is the perfect time to start The Inheritance Game, because The Inheritance Game is a series I need to start because it's one of the long-lasting series I've had on my TBR for a while, and I have the full TBR. I have the full series, of course, but also I really want to read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, but I told myself I'm not allowed to get that series until I finish The Inheritance Game. So we have her on here. We more than likely will get to her because I will probably not force myself to read it, but I need to be in the right vibe to read a mystery. I'm not gonna lie, I really like a mystery thriller. I'm not a big thriller girl, but if it involves mystery like this, and like I said, Stalking Jack the Ripper, I can get along with it. So we have that one there, of course. Then we have, I have like two like kind of dark academia. Actually, one, I don't know if it's dark academia, but we do have some different vibes. And then our witchy books as well, of course, because we have to throw in some witchy books if we have some vampires. So we have werewolf, vampires, witches. Of course we do. More than likely, also Bride by Valerie Hazelwood is going to be probably added onto here. It's on my TBR for the month, so she's right here. But of course, she probably will be read next month if I don't finish her this month. We have more, of course, going into this. So we have Vicious by V.E. Schwab. Also one that's newer purchased. But of course we've purchased, I'm not gonna lie, I purchased these two specifically for fall because I really want some fall reads, even though I'm not gonna lie, I have a lot here. I wanted these two specifically for fall. So we have Vicious by V.E. Schwab. I've only read Gallant by V.E. Schwab and The Invisible Life of Addie Root by V.E. Schwab. And I loved both of those. I really, really did love those. So I'm like, you know what? I need to immerse myself a little bit more with V.E. Schwab because I really do like those two books. So we need to get read. And I decided to go with Vicious. I was going to do the Darker Shade of Magic trilogy, but I decided to hold off on it only because I feel like a duology sounds better on my TBR right now than a series. Even though I shouldn't be buying any more books, we all know this. But anyways, we, of course, very excited about this one. Really, really excited. Of course, like everything else on my TBR, always excited about it. Then we have All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and C.L. Herman. This one was one that's been like kind of on my radar for a while. It's kind of gives, I don't know if it's dark academia, but I know it has to do with like a tournament or something like that. I don't know exactly, but this is a duology as well, so of course I'm not going into a huge series with this one too, but yeah, it sounds so good. And of course the spooky crazy vibes with this one that I'm probably gonna get is Immaculate. I've heard this one's really good. Also, there's another one, I forget what it's called, but it reminds me of this book every time I see it. But I've heard that one's really good, but I don't remember what it's called. But if you know what I'm talking about, let me know. Then we have Bring Me Your Midnight by Rachel Griffin. This has been on my TBR, of course, for a long time. I need to go through a lot of my books on my TBR to see which ones have been on here the longest, so of course we can prioritize. This one's been on my TBR for a while as well, which I don't know why I have not read it. I really enjoy Rachel Griffin's books. Granted, I've only read 2 of her books, and I love them, and of course they're both witchy books. I just really like her magic system in her books, because Wild as a Witch is she's like an animal witch, I think, or something like that, and then The Nature of Witches is by season. This one, I don't know how the magic system is going to work yet, but her books have not disappointed me yet, so I'm really hyped for that one. Then we have One for My Enemy by Ollie Blank. This one, I believe, is witchy rivalry, crime, That's all you gotta tell me, guys, with this one, because I've been wanting to read an Ollie Blake book for a while, and I've had this one on my TBR for a while as well. I was supposed to read it last year too, didn't get to it, so we're gonna put her onto the TBR. Hopefully we can go ahead and read her, but I've been wanting to read for a while. I've been wanting to get more into Ollie Blake, so really excited about this. Like I said, hopefully we can get to her, because also have had that one for a hot minute. Then we have Heartless Hunter by Kristen. I do not have to say her last name either. Is it Gigielli? Something like that. This one as well is Witch Hunter, which... Does she go undercover? Does she do spy work? The girl does not know. But I'm really excited about this one, because I also have the second book as well. So we have her on hand. That's what I'm trying to do right now too, is that if I have the second or the rest of the series, I'm trying to read those first so I don't have to buy more books, as I'm literally reading a series right now which I have to buy the second book too, more than likely after finishing this one. But we shall see how that goes. Then our last book, guys, our last book is going to be Bone Witch by Rin Chupeco. I do not know how to say her last name. Apologies. But this one as well, of course, gives off the fall vibes. This one I might save for October, because she, I believe, is a necromancy witch, which, if you don't know what necromancy is, I think she like raises the dead or something like that. Girl, I don't know. Don't quote me on this. But I'm really excited about this one. And this one, I will say, I did cave and I did buy the next 2 books of the trilogy because I needed them on my shelves if I was going to read this book. So yeah, I ended up buying that one. So yeah, really excited about this one, especially because she's been on my TBR a couple of times and I have yet to read her. But now, like I said, I'm prepared just in case I want to read the second book and the third book, because I have it on my TBR now. So yeah, so we have that there. And that, guys, is all of the books that I'm not all hoping to read in the month of fall, but these are the books that I feel like I need to get into, especially because, like I said, a lot of these are books that have been my TBR for a while, and like I said, they're just gonna give the immaculate vibes of fall, even though, like I said, more than likely it's gonna be like 80 to 90 degrees for the next month or so, because like I said, I live in Texas. It doesn't start getting cold till like October, November. So yeah, that is all for us, guys. Let me know down below what your fall TBR is looking like. If there's any of these books that I should prioritize as well going into the fall season. I'm so excited for the next couple of months of reading, because I can read a little bit more now that back to school season is over. But after back to school season, we have 2 months to prepare before holiday season, so we shall see how that goes. But anyways, guys, I will see y'all in the next video so I can put all these up. Bye.